Ooh, that's pretty good. All right, I think we're live. Welcome. Hit subscribe. Hit the notification bell. I'm Rob. I'm your host on this live stream afternoon every day at 4:20. Make sure you're here. Be late though, as you can tell. It's clearly not 4:20. Be late. All right. Space Farce. Is that what they're calling it? Space Force. Why do we choose to go to the moon? Because it's a grift. Buy my moon meme coin. We're gonna get into some JFK today. What's up, Jess? There's my fellow Twitch affiliate. There you is. What else is there? Oh, the food is poisonous. Don't eat the beef. MAGA is the most sensitive people I've ever seen in my life. Donald Trump lectures NASA and they stay silent. He didn't get his usual reception of cheering and laughter. Bet he said that was not a good crowd. He didn't like doing crowd work there. Donald Trump, today was like Donald Trump's, it was like a field trip day. You know when like you got like an 8-year-old and you're like, what are you doing today? And they're like, oh man, today we're gonna go talk to NASA astronauts and they're gonna let us call the space station and then we're gonna check the Santa tracker and then after that they said we could eat lunch at the playground. That's what I think Donald Trump's handlers did for him today. They just took him all around the place. Maybe it was like what was that called? Make-A-Wish? Maybe it was like a Make-A-Wish. And we're going to hear all about that. And then I'm going to try to show you what they made. They tried to present Trump as kind of JFK-ish, but he just can't pull it off. He's lackluster. He's a somber hombre, as they call him. And then we're going to get back into Fox News, folks. Fox News is on fire right now. You can figure out if I mean in a good or a bad way. You can figure that out on your own. But Fox News is on fire. I don't think they know which direction they're really heading. I think they're showing their hand a bit. And Fox News is, maybe they're on fire because they're liars. Maybe their pants are on fire. But yeah, and then Bill Gates, man. Bill Gates did an interview on Anderson Cooper. That guy's still on TV. That Nepo baby's still on TV. I love how like TV is just a bunch of Nepo babies. Donald Trump, Anderson Cooper. Who else? I'm guessing most of those celebrity news people. Jesse Waters, Nepo baby. Tucker Carlson, Nepo baby. Who else? Ben Shapiro, Nepo baby. You know. What's up, Cage? Smoking? How's everybody doing? Welcome in. Primal, JS. Twitch was down, and you were running a fever. Oh my goodness. I hope you're feeling better. Space Farce. I think that's what they're calling it. I think Cranky Mullet's here. All right, everybody's showing up. Late as usual. I like it. You guys got my style. I like it. You know, show up as late as you want. I remember Anderson being embedded in Bosnia for years for Channel 1 back in high school. He was embedded in Bosnia? What was he doing? Checking out all the brothels? This bum should pray for some comedy chops. Meh, 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 meh. DA, you're welcome to do a live stream yourself, you know. I'm not sure we're ready to see your girth on camera, but okay. I love the peanut gallery telling the guy doing it how to do it. Anderson Cooper covered. He's also a Nepo baby, guys. It doesn't matter if he covered soldiers in war. Anderson Cooper is a Nepo baby. Who's his parents again? I forget. My mom loved this dude. Anderson Cooper parents. Anderson Cooper's parents were artist and heiress Gloria Vanderbilt and Wyatt Cooper. Oh, he just comes from the fucking Vanderbilt family. The Vanderbilts. Oh my God. So, guys, I don't give a shit if Anderson Cooper fucking served this country. It doesn't change. He's a fucking Nepo baby. Because I'll never forget, my mom had the biggest crush on Anderson Cooper. And I was like, Mom, you're going to be real disappointed when you learn he ain't into you. He ain't into you, okay? That dude got sugar in the tank. The man is light in the loafers. Heavy emphasis on loafers, you know? But she would always be like, she would talk about what a Nepo baby he was. So that's great. That's great that he fucking was embedded in Bosnia. Guys, it doesn't change the fact that Anderson Cooper is part of the Vanderbilts. The Vanderbilt family. Not even fucking, like, let's look up the Vanderbilt. We're gonna do this early. Good God. Did you guys know that, by the way? Everybody telling me that he was embedded. Um, there we go, Cranky Mullet. Oh, Cranky Mullet's on fire, man. Anderson Cooper was also an intern at the CIA. Oh, I believe that. I believe the CIA probably scouted him like after birth, you know? At the moment of inception, the CIA was like, how would your son like a job in the CIA? Would he like to be an intern? We would love to have a Vanderbilt. I gotta look up the Vanderbilts. Vanderbilt family. Their rise to wealth. Cornelius Vanderbilt, the Commodore, founded the empire. Started with a single ferry in New York. So Cornelius, the original Vanderbilt, was not a Nepo baby. And he grew a massive steamboat and New York Central Railroad network. William Henry Vanderbilt, the Commodore's eldest son, who doubled the family fortune through astute railroad management. Yeah, I'm sure it was railroad management. It wasn't exploiting the Chinese to build those railroads, right? Okay. They gained prominence during the Gilded Age. Interesting. We got a new family in the house. It's called the Musks, and they're criminals. They're illegal immigrants. Arrest them all, ICE. The Vanderbilts. Yo, those dudes have some serious mutton chop beards. Holy shit, that must have been in style back then. Good God. But yeah, you could look that up, man. You guys can look that up. One of the richest families in the U.S. They made money from railroads. Damn, Cranky Mullet. You might have to come on the show with the fucking information you're spitting. Cranky Mullet, you want to be my producer? If you could shoot fire that quick, man. Happy Friday, sane folks. What's up, knowing someone? Trip, we see that your brain is broken. Good to see you, though. Unparalleled. So that makes him a Nepo baby. Your logic is sound. Unparalleled. Do you have brain damage or something? That's literally the definition of being a Nepo baby. Do you not know what nepotism is? Maybe, oh, I'm sorry. That's a big word. You might not know. It's literally the definition. This is why I can't. Sometimes I just have to ignore Maggie's comments. They're like, oh, really? This kid who was born into wealth, you think that's a Nepo baby? Sound logic. And you're like, do you think Nepo baby is like slang for something? Do you not know what nepotism? It's okay. It's okay. I can't do this on a Friday. You know, I can't teach you what nepotism is. Jesus. There's a free dictionary. I was just on the dictionary app a little while ago. I was using it as a thesaurus. I'd be happy to anytime. I study history. Oh, Cranky Mullet. We have a Discord. Is there anyone that can grab the Discord link? Because I know the Discord link in there is not fresh. I can update it. Actually, can I grab the Discord link? Hold on. Wait, how do I do this? Open Discord. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, if there's anybody that can grab the Discord link, thank you, Jess. I was like, this might take me a little bit. I'm sure somebody's quicker. Cranky Mullet, we're gonna get you the Discord link. You can connect with me in there. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, my number one homie. The soul of organization. That's right. So yeah, grab the Discord link, Cranky Mullet. Hit me up in there, and yeah, we'll get you on. We'll get you on. and I promise I won't call you Jamie. I won't go Joe Rogan on you. Jamie, is that TikTok real? And you have to go, no, that's satire, Joe. That's satire. Do you know what satire? Oh, Jesus Christ. It's parodying real life stuff, Joe, in a comedic sense. It's not real, Joe. You shouldn't announce that as news. I'm on Discord. Awesome. So just join our Discord channel, organization. I don't know what Discord calls this stuff, but yeah, join us on there. Okay, we got a lot of news to go to. We took a hard left turn once I started talking about Anderson Cooper. Why was I talking about Anderson Cooper? Oh yeah. He talked to Bill Gates. Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper. I gotta find this picture for you. Where is old Andy? Oh, you know what? Let's go through a little bit of news. Best I can do is change the names of shit. This is essentially America right now. All of MAGA being like, please, sir, just make America great again. And they're like, best we can do is call Lake Ontario Lake America? Will you take that? And they're like, all right. Do I get a t-shirt? Well, not for free, you don't. You gotta buy the meme coin. Fucking dog. Hold on. What's the name of the room? Cranky Mullet, you're asking the wrong dude. I don't know the name of my room. If you click on the link, it should just bring you to our Discord and you should be able to join us. I don't really know how Discord works. Hold on. I don't know why you just don't follow me down here when I first come down. I don't know why you'd be late. Even my fucking dog's late. Jesus. All right. Violet, how are you? Happy Friday, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Any good sports highlights today? Okay, well, I need the name of the room. Hold on, Craig. Type this out in your message box, copy paste into your browser, it will come up. Thank you. Yeah, because you're not just gonna randomly find it. I know you're on Discord. You're not just gonna randomly find us. That's why we gave you the link. Dustin Malali. Oh, Malali. I like saying that name. Dustin Malali. Yeah, man. What's going on? You know, just doing a show. Just doing a live stream, trying to overtake Hassan Piker. We're almost there, folks. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm pretty sure we could outdo him. Rob Hood Community. Thank you, Jess. There it is. There it is. Yeah, that's the Malali. Malali. What kind of last name is that? That's got to be a French Polynesian? North African, French Polynesian, Malali. I like saying that. We should figure out what Malali means. We should like give it a slang term. Look at him getting all Malali over there. I like growing the language. It's Irish. Of course. Oh, old Malali. Of course it's Malali. God damn. Chucky Arla. Megan Malali. Oh, thank you, Primal. Yeah, all right. What are you talking about? Once Trump renamed the lake, my prescription drugs dropped 1,500%. I received my Doge and Tarot tracks. I'm glad somebody did. It doesn't come up. What's up, Bathsheba? Good to see everybody. Keep strolling in, folks. We'll just go through some memes before I start playing Bill Gates trying to deny that he was Epstein's friend. The moon is next, bro. The moon is next. Hey, listen. I got the NASA audio for you today. It's fucking awesome. I don't want to jump right into that, but we might have to. We might have to jump into the NASA stuff. Best I could do, bro, is change the name of stuff. By the way, did you see this? Every country has a famous dog, right? Doggo Argentino. The German Shepherd. Does anyone know what this is? What the Russian dog is? I couldn't figure it out, and I wasn't about to use Google AI thing. Does anybody know? I love the dog of Argentino, and this is my favorite dog in the world, the German Shepherd. Had them all my life. Absolutely brilliant, loyal dogs. It's just their gosh darn hips go out too soon. Oh, this is the most painful thing, watching your German Shepherd not be able to get on the couch anymore and start to ache as she sits. And then, does anybody know what the Russian Mastiff? That's not a Mastiff. I didn't know if it was a Samoyed or some Caucasian mountain dog. I believe that, Empire. Hold on. I believe that 100%. Hold on. Caucasian. Yeah. Yep. Caucasian Shepherd dog. 100%. Who was that? Empire? Fire. And because there's an Anatolian Shepherd that this guy used to walk at the park, and these things are monsters. Absolute monsters. These dogs are so big. And then, Israel has their famous dog, America. America. It's not a Russian wolfhound. Let me look that up. It is a Caucasian Shepherd. These things are a beast. Known as the Caucasian Ovcharka is a giant, powerful livestock guardian breed native to the Caucasus? Caucasus? That's a region? What? Yo, they can weigh up to 200 pounds, these dogs. The Kangal Shepherd. Oh, yeah, there's the Anatolian Shepherd. The Anatolian Shepherd. You want to see a really adorable monster dog? Look up Anatolian Shepherd dog. Don't do it now, though. This guy used to walk one when we would take the kids to the park, and they'd be on the swings, and you would just see this monster dog walking up. It looked like Scooby-Doo on steroids. The thing was like, walking next to the guy's shoulder, and you're like, what the fuck? Is that AI? You feel like, what is that? That's certainly not a dog. What kind of small horse is that? But that was awesome, Empire. Empire, can I just ask you, how did you know that? How did you rattle that off, that was a Caucasian, whatever dog, shepherd dog? How did you know that? That is, damn, I'm impressed. You say Google. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Empire knew that. People know the dog breeds, man. That's okay. I just want to say thank you, Empire. That's cool. I was asking everybody in the house. I was like, what kind of dog is this? Many of us are dog nerds. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Bathsheba. I love finding rogue mountain dogs that are fierce, loyal to the family, and are well suited for, like the snow peaks of some absolute remote area. We used to have an Akita. And if you know anything about those are Japanese dogs that would live in the mountains and babysit the kids while the parents were out in the fields working. And they would fight off the small, I forget what kind of bears were in Japan. But Japan has like these smaller bears, not like grizzlies or anything, like Japan-sized bears. And the Akitas were bred to be loyal to their family, and like nanny dogs. And if a bear came, it could fight it off. And I have the most adorable pictures with our Akita giving my daughter toys in the bathtub. And literally, I would let the dog babysit her. Every photo I have is like the kids sitting there, the dog's like monster dog watching her. No one could get near my daughter. You could not go near my daughter. And the dog would just babysit. It was awesome. Let's try that. I'm just kidding. Oh, man. They are amazing and scary, and Akita is a weapon. Yes, it is. It is. But my buddy who trains dogs in the military came, and he helped me train her before she was born. So our Akita was well-trained. A well-trained Akita. Yeah, if you're going to get an Akita, you cannot be a lazy... I used to run 13 miles a day. I'd take our walks every single day because we lived in apartments. And you cannot have an Akita or a German Shepherd and not know what you're doing with animals. You just cannot. I got a blue heeler, the most headstrong. Oh my God, yeah. P. Williams, I would stay the hell away from blue heelers. He's a little prick, but he's the best. So you're good with dogs, P. Williams. If you still have your blue heeler, let's just put it like that. Let's just put it like that. If you still have a blue heeler, you're a good person with animals. I respect all dogs. They got mouths with teeth. Yeah. I miss my pets. Yeah. 2 Aussies. Oh, those are cool. Ill-behaved. I'm not proud of it. Yeah, this little shit dog we got now is ill-behaved. Well, she's not really, you know. I teach her to ring bells when she wants to go outside. If she needs to go to the bathroom, she comes and taps on my knee. You can train dogs pretty well. Australian Shepherd, she was the best. I really, forever and a day, I wanted a Belgian Malinois. And the guy that I was friends with who trained dogs in the military would come with his military vehicle, and he would have these Belgian Malinois in the back. And I'd be like, please just let me take it out. And he'd be like, you don't understand these animals. He's like, they are the most high drive, intense dogs, and they have the whip smartness of the shepherd. And he's like, but no, that's why they're military dogs, because no one can keep up with these dogs. And he was the one who convinced me not to get the Belgian Malinois. I was like, I run 13 miles a day. That dog's not going to keep up with me. And he was like, this dog's going to tire you out. But still, I want one. Goddamn. No, my next dog's going to be a shepherd. You got a shepherd rot mix? Oh my God, Frank, join the Discord. I want to see a photo. My buddy in Arizona had a shepherd rotty mix, and it was the coolest looking dog ever. I was like, I didn't know they could do that. 2 Shelties. Maybe you can get a mellow shepherd. Yeah, do not get a Belgian Malinois unless it has a job. You will drive it insane. Yeah, no, I know. I've never owned one. I've wanted to. I admire those dogs. And the funny thing is like, he would bring them. My buddy who helped me train my Akita, and he trained dogs in the military, he would bring these dogs that were not trained yet. So I would be putting my face up to the back where it was like the mesh gating, and these dogs would be trying to bite me. And I'd be like, oh, I just love you. Come on out. There's something like, my son has it too. There's something like, if I see a dog, it doesn't matter how dangerous looking it is, I want to like lay down on the ground with it. And my son would do that when he was like, whenever kids can walk, I don't know, 2, we would go to the park, and like I told you, there would be Anatolian Shepherds, there would be Rotties, Pit Bulls. Our downstairs neighbor had a Pit Bull. Just these ferocious dogs everywhere. And my son would take off. He would leave the park. He would leave the playground. He would go straight to the park, where it was a big field, because people would like bring their dogs out there, play frisbee, let their dogs run. And he sprinted up to this Dobie one time and just dove on the ground with it and was laying. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And they were like, it's okay. Most people don't approach our dog, but he seems to like your son. I was like, yeah, my son's really good with animals. He's 2. Did agility with 3 of our dogs. What an amazing, that's awesome. That is so rad. Dude, you seem like a really cool dude. Oh, why, thank you, Dustin Malale. I love that last name. You seem like a really cool last name. Malale. Well, we be Irish together, Dustin, so. Man, listen, today is gonna be a Friday show. If you're showing up, this is gonna be typical. We're gonna talk about Donald Trump at NASA. We're gonna remind you that the Epstein files exists and everybody's denying they're in it. The most dangerous thing you could ever do is have a child approach that type of dog. I'm sorry, did you miss the point of the story? I wasn't like, hey son, go run and approach that dog. I'm telling you, there are people in this world that speak the language of animals. I don't know if you've ever seen, what's his name? The Croc Hunter? I forget his name right now. My daughter would be so pissed at me. What is his name? Croc Hunter. What the fuck? Steve Irwin. I kept wanting to call him Jeff Corwin. Jeff Corwin is a different dude that is good with animals. Steve Irwin. There's people like Steve Irwin, Cesar Millan. I don't know if you've seen any of these people that just speak the language of animals. They just speak that language. My brother, my youngest brother, I haven't seen in I don't know how long. He's either dead or homeless. But he worked at SeaWorld and he spoke the language of animals. Any fucking animal. That guy could get in a room and tame it. And the thing would just harmonize with him. So there are certain people, and my son's one of them people. In fact, our downstairs neighbor at the time would let us borrow her pit bull because my son loved that pit bull so much that the pit bull would just come up and they would just hang out. But again, man, like, you know, if you think, like, maybe you're coming from a place where, like, you don't cohabitate with animals or you don't really deal with animals. Like, just a week ago, I think it was, I took my kids to see wolves. We've always had, you know, like, they've been around very big dogs, very big, dangerous dogs most of their lives. So we have an utmost respect for nature and animals in this family. If you are nervous, so is your dog. They transfer your emotions. 100%. Yeah, Bathsheba gets it. All dogs are capable. The only time I've been bit, besides, the only time I've been bit by a strange dog was a small little Chihuahua. I fucking hate those. I'll never own one. One of the days I was jogging, this dude, because these people never put their small dogs on a leash, and it ran out and bit me in the back of the leg. This is the only time I've been bit by a dog. I've been around some of the most dangerous fucking animals or the most dangerous dogs. Never been bit, and it's a Chihuahua that bit me. So. Okay. So yeah, so that is a Caucasian Shepherd. Caucasian Shepherd dog? Yep, Caucasian Shepherd dog. All right, this pastor's doing, this is like me as a reverend. I should change my Twitter handle to reverend, because I am an ordained reverend. Welcome to the church of Radical Communion. I think I'm going to change the church name to the Rolling Stones. That's a deep cut. That's a deep cut. It's not a band. It's about the Savior. And then our motto at our church is "Come as you are." Rolling Stones, come as you are. So welcome. I'm Reverend Rob. This is the church Rolling Stones. Come as you are. That's my church. You have officially, by the power invested in me, been blessed. All right. So that's my church, Rolling Stones. This is our service, and just come as you are. That's it. A lot of good references in there. You know what I mean? That's my kind of church. Anyways, what was I talking about? This is my kind of pastor. Breaking. 3 South Carolina teens arrested after allegedly, heavy emphasis on the allegedly, cutting down a flock camera and smashing it with a hammer until its battery exploded. We call that office spacing, us elder millennials. And this pastor, doing the Lord's work, said, "This is a lie. They were in Bible study with me." So I might have to go change my Twitter handle. So I'm Reverend Rob, or officially ordained Reverend of the Internet. And anytime somebody's caught cutting down flock cameras, I'll say, "They were in church with me. Church of the Rolling Stones. Come as you are." That's our motto. And if you need a work note, I do have Pillars of Faith up on my website. So I am now a finished Spitz. Did you turn into one, or are you saying you now own one? Oh, that's a cute dog. They look like the, everybody thinks it's an Akita. Not everybody, but what's the, Jesus Christ. What is it called? Not the Samoyed. No, it's not the Samoyed. There's another dog that looks like a Samoyed and a finished Spitz. Oh, man. Oh, man. Anyways. I think, was it Dog Planet or Animal Planet or some, when TV used to be a thing, before we had to stream everything for a monthly fee that keeps going up every month, even though they're not offering more. There used to be a channel on this thing called TV. We used to watch it in the evenings, where it was just a show about dog breeds, where they would literally do 3 dog breeds. And that was one of my favorite fucking times. We just watched that. Unless it was small dogs, I'd be like, I'm gonna skip this. I don't give a shit about a pug. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of people that love pugs. My son is one of them. My son is one of them. I'm sorry. I see a pug, I go, that's all I need to know. You know, the gremlins have evolved into pugs. I get it. The mogwais, they kept getting wet and evolved out of gremlins into pugs, and now we have pet mogwais. Flocktober. That's right, don't forget. Halloween night is now dubbed Deflockamica night. So don't forget. Apparently there's an epidemic of people destroying flock cameras across America. A Shar-Pei? Nah, it's not the Shar-Pei. What's up, Captain of 1,000 Corpses? It's not. I can't think of the name. And it's so funny because just the other day someone was like, look, an Akita. And I was like, nope, it's this. Because they're bigger than the Finnish Spitz and they're bigger than the Samoyed. And I can't remember what the fuck they're called. Oh, it's gonna, you know what, hold on. Dogs that went. Shiba Inu. There we go. The Shiba Inu. Because some of the Shiba Inus have the coloring that, yeah, see? The Akita Inu. This breed looks like a larger version of the Shiba Inu. They're the same Japanese heritage, curled tail, pointy ears, but Akitas are much brawnier and can weigh over 100 pounds. Oh yeah, they can. And the Finnish Spitz, see? The barking bird dog, as it's known. Oh, that's adorable. It's called the barking bird dog? I didn't know that. The Hokkaido Inu. Yep, that's the monument breed. That is like the OG, I believe, Akita. And that was the kind I had. I had the Akita Inu. I didn't have the American Akita. But if you see a Shiba Inu and they have the coloring, because the Akitas have very definite coloring. They only come in certain colors. Mine was all white. Actually, hold on. I'll show you a picture of my Akita. I just found this the other day. It warmed my heart. I gotta find it. Where the fuck did it go? Give me a second. Give me a second. Here it is. There it is. There's my Akita. See, I told you. Oh my God, she was such a baby there. She was so young in that picture. She must have been like 6 months old. Oh my God, I miss her so much. Oh my God. Fucking best dog ever. Actually, her and the shepherd. My shepherd and my Akita. Best dogs in the world. Nothing better. Good God, man. That's the other thing. I don't trust any president who hasn't had a pet dog, you know? Like that right off the bat. I think that should be in the presidential debate first. Any debate that we have, it should open with, what dogs have you had for pets? That is the new law of the land. That should be the first question asked. Before we begin, could you please list what pet dogs you've had? In order, please. And tell us why they meant something to you. And tell us what breed they were. You know? And I think we could weed out the sus people like that. If they're like, I don't like dogs. All right, we don't like you. Keep moving. Keep it moving, buddy. Yeah, so there is my Akita. Oh, and by the way, you had a Bison hound? What? What is an Bison hound? Oh my God. Like a Ibiza? Like the wealthy vacation spot? Oh my God, an Bison hound. That is It's an ancient, elegant. It is of the island of Ibiza, Spain. Oh my God, dude, how did you get one of those? I bet Leonardo DiCaprio has a couple of these. I believe that. Temperament, clownish, intelligent, stubborn, independent, active, and engaging. That is the most adorable dog ever. Oh my God. My cat's name is Sweet D. Charlie Kelly, fuck you if you're lying to me. Tell me that's the truth. I love that so that's so much. Charlie, you should get a bird. Charlie, when this channel gets big, if you can have a budgie, I'm buying you a budgie if we can call it Sweet D. And every week you could come in and we'll just do a check-in and we'll check in on Sweet D. Oh my God. Oh, should be a bird. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Love kitties, get 6. There you go. Your dog's name is Rockefeller? Oh, I'm not telling anyone my next dog's name. I'll tell you what I keep wanting to name a dog. Rabbit. I want a dog named Rabbit, and my family will not let me do it. Pissed. I want a rabbit. I want a dog named Rabbit and a cat named Fish. And they will not let me do it. It's so upsetting. It's just fucking. I want a bulldog named Dumpster. That's a good one. That's great. Oh my God. Okay. And by the way, I'm working on stickers. This is not a finished product, but I'm trying to draw some art for stickers. So, and whoever gave me the suggestion, death by sticker, that site looks legit, it looks cool, it's good pricing. So again, because the wording, I'm working on fonts and stuff, but today I was driving and I was like, MAGA, I'm pretty sure you could say Make America Guillotine Again. I'm pretty sure MAGA stands for Make America Guillotine Again. So be prepared, because I will be producing some stickers soon. I will be producing some stickers very, very shortly. Very shortly. I think I want to put a little orange right in there. Your old orange slicer, you know. It slices, it dices. I have an orange cat named Blanco. I like that. That's a good name. That's a good name. Oh, crank it. My ass grifted America. All right, we got to get to some news. Some news. Oh, here. I don't want to do this, guys. The food is poison. All the food. They're going to poison all the food in America. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say. I wish this wasn't the truth. I don't know what to tell you. If you eat buffalo chicken ragoon and Benedetto's buffalo chicken mozzarella stick, which I've never even heard of either of those, I would throw them away. I would just throw them away. I wouldn't even get a refund. At that point, like, your money was lost when you spent it on this. But I would throw those away. I would not be eating any buffalo chicken stuff right now. That is the new danger. I don't think I can even go through the whole list, but I do have some audio of what to expect with the beef. If you are planning on trying to attend the Olympics, folks, the beef might make you test positive for drugs, okay?
We'll say more about that, because earlier this month, the USDA recalled nearly 30,000 pounds of raw beef imported from Argentina. So I would imagine there are legitimate food safety and quality concerns with increasing these beef imports.
There absolutely is. And you know, these countries, they don't raise their beef to the same standard as we do here in the United States.
What? We got a pretty low standard here in the U.S. They've rolled back all regulations. They're like, would you like your beef with or without screwworm? We're working on mad cow, but right now we just have the screwworm beef. Pretty sure nobody has lower standards than the U.S.
In fact, when the Olympics were held in Mexico and Brazil, the Olympic Committee warned the athletes to not eat the local beef because they could potentially fail the drug tests.
We'll say more about that.
We'll say more about that. Well, tell us how, if you eat the local beef, you will test positive for drugs. And what implications does that have for everybody in America who works and has to take drug tests? Oh my God. This is hilarious. I mean, you can't help but laugh. You know, at some point we're going to be eating like, you know, paste. We're going to go back to eating kindergarten paste because that's going to be the only thing that has, you know, horse in it that's safe to eat. But this is the latest one from today, as you can see, 8/28, and I wanted to bring your attention to it. Thank you for your attention to this matter. The FDA, I mean, at what point does Donald Trump just dismantle the FDA? I've called this for a few weeks now and said, you know, he's going to get tired of, well, they're not asking him too many questions about the food, let's be honest. Nobody's really talking about it too much. It's getting a little reporting, but they're not pinning Donald Trump down, being like, hey, man, how come the blueberries are killing people? You know? They're not, I wish they were. But I feel like it's, you know, my duty to at least let you know that they're literally trying to kill you. They don't care. They're like, yeah, whatever. I don't know, spray cancer stuff on it. Yeah, the blueberries, you don't have to wash your hands when touching those. Go ahead, stick them in your drawers. That's a good this is a good way to sanitize them. So, the Outshine popsicles have glass in it. The sourdough bread has metal shards. The tomato soup is recalled. The lettuce will make it die of dysentery. The blueberries are killing people. Measles is back. 2 people died in Pennsylvania from that. I think the jalapenos are giving you diarrhea. And what else was it? I forget. There's so much stuff. There's so much. Just be careful. Be careful out there, folks. It's bad enough that the food is overpriced, and now the fact that it's going to kill you at the same time is just, you know, that's salt in the wound. That's salt in the wound. And I liked reading, wait, hold on. Where's the little reading thing I was doing? Nope. Oh, did you guys see this? Let's do a little good news. Right-wing commentator Milo Yiannopoulos detained by ICE. You know this guy. Absolute shitbag. Been on the Tim Pool show. When he was calling out all the other people who took the Russian money on Tim Pool's show, Tim Pool was the one who was like, well, I was caught up in that too. I was like a victim too. Milo forgot that Tim was taking Putin's rubles. Tim dances for rubles, for Putin. And it was weird reading this because I'm like, look at this dude's resume. Are you ready for this? 41. Former editor of Breitbart. I don't think that exists anymore. And employee of rapper Kanye West. Dude. Does he have a LinkedIn? I have to see his LinkedIn. You know? He's a gay right-winger who works for a black Nazi. Not on my 2026 bingo card. Are we not saying that anymore? Are we not saying, do we give that metaphor up? I didn't like that one anyways, you know. I didn't like that. But yeah, not something I totally was aware of. That this gay, hard right, far right, I don't know what he is, influencer? Supervillain? I think he likes to call himself a supervillain. Worked for a black Nazi. That's weird, man. It's weird. It's a weird thing, you know, that happened. And now, look, he's in a Louisiana detention center. I'm sure he's loving it, spending time with the boys, you know. I'm sure he's fine. This British right-wing supporter of Trump who's now found himself in an ICE detention center. I'm sure he tried to show my, I back the boys in blue card. You know, I'm sure he went all Karen. Do you know who I am? I'd like to speak to your president. And they probably were like, no comprendo inglés, you know, because ICE is also fucking, you know, not these pure white genetically fucking bred people. They're a bunch of slop hounds. But I'm sure he's doing fine, you know. He doesn't look like he needs to be pampered. I'm sure the ICE detention centers have all the accommodations he's used to in that jacket. I wonder what he was wearing. I hope it was something like that. And he's just got to get filthier and filthier in some $17,000 custom-made fucking sewn suit. Oh. Do you know how much this cost? So yes, good news, man. Good news, everybody. Milo Yiannopoulos, former Breitbart and employee of Kanye West. I'm sure Kanye is probably working. I'm sure Kanye is calling an immediate emergency meeting with Donald Trump right now to bail Milo Yiannopoulos. Hey, goodbye. I'm sure he's trying to bail Milo out right now. I'm sure we'll see Kanye West in the MAGA hat, just going right to President Trump, going right up to Trump Tower. Remember when he met with Trump in Trump Tower? I'm sure Kanye's on this for you. Former employee, you guys must have been boys. That wasn't a grift relationship. But yeah, if you didn't see this 11 minutes ago, and I pulled this off the web like an hour ago, so this is fresh. This is a fresh deck of news right here, folks. And we're going to get to this very proud boy right here, too. We're going to get to this proud boy, okay? We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm going to bring you there, folks. Those are NASA smart people behind them. I don't know what they're training for. Training to go to Oz? Who knows? And then here's our very proud boy president speaking to the International Space Station. I'm sure they were like, oh, can we fucking hit ignore on this? They were like, oh God, he's gonna yammer and jammer about the Dow. I got all the audio. And you know why they had him doing this, don't you? They're trying to make him Kennedy-esque. This wasn't like, your 8-year-old's best day ever. They were like, hey man, we're gonna take you down to NASA in Florida, and then you're gonna call the space station. How's that sound, big guy? You looking forward to it? You want to meet an astronaut? See a real spaceship? All right, buddy. We're gonna take you. You're gonna have a fun day. Oh, get the Benadryl. We're gonna knock this guy out. It's not. They're trying to position him as like JFK, but he just ain't. He ain't got the pizzazz, man. He gives a lackluster effort, and we're gonna go through a lot of the audio. Okay. So I warned you. The buffalo chicken is poison. That'll kill you. What else? Oh yeah, the Epstein files is still not released.
There's no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we have, again, is limited.
So the answer is no one?
For the information that we have.
Who has the other information?
In the files.
In the case file.
Okay, nobody was trafficked in the files. Cash Patel. I hope they play this at his sentencing. Like when they're sentencing him to like 1,000 years in prison, where they're like, you get 4 life sentences. I don't know. There's blatant disregard of fucking everything humanly possible, decent. You had the knowledge. No, you can't hide behind that wonky eye. Cash App. That's his full name. Cash App Patel. If you're going to call Barack Hussein Obama that, we're going to call him Cash App. Okay? Because that's what his parents named him. Oh my God. Yeah, the Epstein files are still being hidden. It's a big cover-up. And listen, I wasn't joking when I said MAGA are the most thin-skinned, fragile, white masculinity you've ever seen. Dude, we're going to spend some time at Fox News. But first, let's check in with our friends at News Nation. News Nation, if you don't know, saw Fox News and said, yeah, we could probably make that worse. And they did. They did a great job making Fox News even more of a fucking joke. And here we go. If I could have attention on the screen right here, you'll see we're visiting the channel of News Max. News Maximus, I believe is its Latin name. And any serious person would be like, I need my news maxed. You've heard of looks maxing? There's news maxing now, and I need to news max myself. I'm assuming this is where they came up with looks maxing. They saw that, and they were like, oh shit, they're news maxing now? Oh, god damn it, we gotta looks max it. We gotta woke max it. We gotta socialism max it. Oh god. So anyways, we're news maxing today. That should have been the title of this video. Fuck. God damn it. I gotta write that down. I will forget that. Ah, man, I lost my pen. There's my pen. Give me 1 second. I gotta write down Newsmax. All right. News maxing. Excellent. brilliant idea. Suck that, Newsmax. You guys are gonna be so upset when you see how cool this is. Anyways, this is, if you would pull your attention to the phone you see on screen at Newsmax, this guy is deleting a Jelly Roll song. What song is it? I don't know what song. I don't know if anybody. I don't really listen to Jelly Roll. I don't like him. I know he's like the most popular guy, and he became like, you know, I don't know, a prom song, or everybody's like addiction intervention graduation song. I don't know. He always seemed like a fucking poser to me. He seemed like he just wanted your money and used Jesus to get it. You know, I'm sorry. I know a lot of fucking addicts, and he just seemed inauthentic. So I don't really listen to his shit. Don't like any of his stuff. Don't like him. I'm sorry. I know it's not popular. I'm sorry, but fuck you, Jelly Roll. Just go fuck yourself. That's all I have to say. And that's based on my feelings. At least I'll admit it, Ben Shapito. You know, I admit, like, my feelings cultivated this. My vibes. I'm your vibe coach. I'm Rob. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the church called Rolling Stones. Come as you are. That's our motto here. I am an ordained reverend. But hit subscribe. We're on the mission to try to take over Hassan Piker and Valenti VODs. And Kyle Kalinske. We're gonna get more subs and viewers than all of them put together. We already have. So thank you for hitting subscribe. Thank you to the members. Oh shit, the thing. His music sucks too. Oh, there's more people that didn't like Bob? Oh man, I was not... Jelly Roll is trash. That's amazing. I thought I was on an island. I thought I was on an island. There's other people, I swear to God, I bring up Jelly Roll and everyone's like, oh God, the greatest ever. And I'm like, I don't know. Not really. Not saying he doesn't have a good voice, but his voice is like a dime a dozen in country right now. You know, we're all just kind of howling at the moon. Like, that's all he does. He does that like Teddy Swims soulful cry, you know, and it's like, okay, give me something unique. Give me fucking Amy Winehouse, where you were like, is this young black Michael Jackson? What the fuck is that? You know, I want to hear something where I'm like confused. I'm like, what race is singing right now? Jesus. Is this a new one? Oh my God. You know, like, I don't know. Standard country meets more tattoos. You know, I don't know if I could say the other word. I'm not going to say it, but there was a W word in the 90s we used all the time. And I was like, okay, so that came back in country. You know, is this like a country hip hop? And like Travis Scott's white version, fat white Travis Scott in country. Like, I don't know. I don't get Travis Scott either. He has one good song. I don't know. And he kind of seems like he throws a lot of temper to. I don't know. I don't like some of this shit. I don't know what to tell you. This is an old man yells at the sky segment. Okay? I'm just going to tell you, back in my day, we had guys like Chris Cornell, okay, who was singing about Spoon Man, which is probably about heroin. And they told you, you know, the day he tried to live. Now we got these fucking wannabe bad boys crying about their addiction. Get over it. I didn't write a song because I got clean. Fuck you. I should have Jelly Roll on the podcast. Be like, what makes you so worthy to write songs about addiction? Didn't Eminem do that first? What are you, country Eminem? What are you, fat country bumpkin Eminem? Is that your whole image? And then just let him respond. What is his backstory? How he was just a bum living with his idiot wife? I don't know. Does he have a backstory? I'm sure he does. It was probably all, you know, crafted meticulously. Spoon Man is a guy that plays spoons as an instrument. Yeah, it says you. I think it's about the guy who brings the drugs to put in the spoon, but okay. Eminem is so much better, and he's still kind of hot. Yeah, Eminem's a good-looking dude, man. And he don't age. That's the other thing. Like, what age is Eminem? He's probably 80 now. He looks like 24, you know? He was literally in the film clip? What? I got songs that were inspired by my addiction, but never made a I Got Clean, I'm Awesome song. That's what I meant. Thank you for, I wasn't, listen, addiction inspires so much music. I was just going after Jelly Roll. That's all. That was just personally. Anyways, so listen, this is Newsmax, and this is MAGA showing you how absolutely fragile they are. I think so. From what I've gathered in the news, Jelly Roll was MAGA because, of course, just look at him. Of course he was MAGA. He probably smells like MAGA. And of course he was MAGA. And now I guess he's made the great MAGA flip, like, all of them. I'm sorry, I don't believe it's genuine. Okay. Yeah, all of your values just changed, and you're like, hey man, I'm not on board with any of this stuff I just really liked 2 years ago. Oh, okay. Oh, this is a miracle. Is this how quick you got clean off of drugs? All right, man. All right. But so now that Jelly Roll is anti-MAGA, here is oh, and it says Jelly Roll doubles down on Trump jokes. So Jelly Roll made some Trump jokes, and this was MAGA's reaction.
Okay, dude. Okay. I'll be deleting his music as we speak. Okay, dude. Okay. I'll be deleting his music as we speak.
He I don't know if you know this, but that makes you very sensitive. If you're like, really? You're gonna joke about my president? I'm deleting all of your songs. And ironically, this song, I saw it, it's called I'm Not Okay. I haven't heard that one, but I'm okay with deleting your songs. I can delete the I'm Not Okay song. Holy shit. This is why I say, they are Newsmaxing. Because if you're not tuning in to find out which news anchor, hey, what, did I mention Jelly Roll? I'm sorry. I'm going to move on from this story in a second. Hey. Go lay down. No. MAGA are such. Yep. It's just amazing though that you would tune into a news channel to be like, because I have some Anderson Cooper audio too. Let's imagine if Anderson Cooper, instead of talking to Bill Gates about the Epstein files today, he was like, Kid Rock made a Joe Biden joke, and I used to love Ba with the Ba. But folks, you can see this is my actual phone, and I'm deleting all my Kid Rock albums. Devil Without a Cause, American Badass. I'm getting rid of all of these. Could you imagine? Could you imagine tuning into a place where they're news maxing and seeing hey guy, I'm deleting your music right now. We're going to take airtime to do this. Now cut to commercial. What the fuck is going on? If you watch Newsmax, just eat the buffalo chicken. Eat all of the buffalo chicken ragoons that maybe have food illness. Maybe they do. And we're going to get to Fox News later, okay? But first, we got to do this Trump space talk. We got to talk about Trump in space. I wish you would go. You love space so much, sir? Why don't you go? Could you go? Could you go to space forever? Can we send him to the International Space Station and then just close it down? Could we? I wonder if we could do that. Has the president ever been to space? I don't think so. You should be the first, sir. You should be the first to go to space. You could wear a diaper there. I think it'd be good for him. We could set up a little pop-up McDonald's up at the space station. They got all your favorite food, man. The McFlay-O-Mac, or whatever he eats. All right. Don't forget who gave you Space Force. Hey, MAGA. I know there's a lot going on, but every day you're waking up, you're thanking Jesus that Donald Trump's in charge, right? Good Lord put him there so we could identify all the perverts and all the criminals with red hats. And then you're saying, thank God for Space Force. You know, if it wasn't for Space Force, I'd be paying a fortune in gasoline prices. If it wasn't for Space Force, food would be more expensive. If it wasn't for Space Force, I would have never afforded my first home. Thank you, Space Force. So I have said thank you today. Have you, MAGA?
Through at a level that nobody ever imagined. Nobody imagined what is happening now. And even more importantly, what space has done for our military in terms of offensive and defensive capabilities.
And don't forget spying on our own citizens' capabilities.
Incredible. Don't forget, I was the one that gave you Space Force. And we had no Space Force. And when people...
We didn't forget you gave us Space Farce. We did not forget. You came out with the emblem, the uniforms, and then it disappeared from the headlines. And nothing has been done. Besides probably a lot of Palantir contracts behind the scenes and then Starlink contracts where you allow them to pollute our space, to spy on us, and potentially use drone dogs later down the road. Or like just AI dogs. They're just going to sick AI dogs on us. They're like, hey, look, we put Tourette's on the back of these things. Good luck, everybody. Don't step out of line. You know, like Larry Ellison, Donald Trump's big supporter and owner of all the media. I think he owns all the media now. He owns all the websites. He said, you know, hey, man, if everybody's being watched, they're going to act a little better. They're going to be on their best behavior. Trust me. Wait until they see the dogs with guns on their backs. The robot dogs with machine gun turrets on the back. Wait until they see that. Oh, yeah, nobody's stepping out of line. And these are things that they've, you know, said, Cliff Notes version. And MAGA's still on board. MAGA's like, yeah, that's going to be cool. This is going to be cool. I can't wait to yell in the robot dog's face, land of the free. You can't violate my HIPAA rights. Hate to break it to you, MAGA. Robot dogs don't have feelings. Dog guns in this economy? Well, we're talking about the government and they're using all of our money, so. Drone dogs. Don't tell my neighbor. She has like 11 dogs. She would need a drone dog too. Yeah, they're going to have dogs with like little hover feet. So, you know, just when you thought you taught yourself enough parkour to get away from the military robot dogs with machine gun Tourette's, they're like, ha ha ha, we put drone feet on the dogs and the dogs can fly now. Your robot dog is a drone. Good luck. Good luck, America. Land of the free. Did you hear the spy on us was called Puppet Master? Oh, I believe it. I did not hear that, but, you know. Listen, that at least is more clever than Operation Epic Fury, which sounds like a new Fortnite update, to be honest. Len, turn your channel into Trump is the greatest president of our lifetime. Yes, please. I didn't even... Oh, what's up, the Anicle? The only good thing from Space Force was the comedy series. Oh my God, I forgot it birthed the comedy series. Where is there a Len? I didn't see a Len. But I like that because that's what I say. Listen, if you want to praise Trump, number one, this isn't the space. We're gonna make fun of this dotard all day. But do it, you know. But do it on your channel. You know, leave a historic record of how you felt during all this.
When I heard about it, they thought we were kidding. If they thought it was like comic book stuff, it wasn't.
Well, no, they thought it was a comedy series, and they did make a TV show. Thank you, Anicle. They did. It wasn't so much they thought it was comic book stuff. They thought it was comical, and they were laughing at you.
And it all is turning out to be one of our most important branches. It'll be
Is it? Is this how we won the War of Hormuz? I haven't heard it mentioned at all. Has anybody heard this is one of our greatest military features?
only getting more important with time. And we were number 3 in space at the time I did that, and now we're leading by a tremendous amount.
Is this according to a poll?
We're number 3 in space.
We're number 3 in space? I've never heard Donald Trump say we're not number 1 unless he was campaigning. When he's campaigning, oh, we're the worst country ever. Trash fire. dumpster fire, gutter rats. You know, he trashes this country so hard as soon as he's on the campaign trail. And then the day he's in office, this is what he meant. He'll fix everything on day one. He calls everything garbage up until he's inaugurated. And then he's like, hey, man, it's all fixed. We're all good. I'm going to go run a pump and dump. But you guys love your eggs or whatever. Shut up. Like, that's really how it went. And then Joe Rogan was like, everything's fixed. Well, okay, I'm doing fine. I'm going on 20 vacations a year. I do one day of work a week. He's like, sounds great. Oh, there was nothing in the Epstein files? Joe Rogan's like, I believe you. What am I going to do? Push back? I'm just the guy who asks conspiracy questions all the time. I'm just the guy who entertains flat earth theories on my #1 mainstream podcast. That's all. I wouldn't push back on Epstein. No way. My buddy's in the files. But what? We're #3, so I'm guessing Russia and China are 1 and 2?
With time. And we were #3 in space at the time I did that, and now we're leading by a tremendous amount.
Oh, now we're leading. Okay. So, see, we used to be #3. Now we're leading because of space farce. Oh, man. And if you guys were wondering, because I was always wondering, I was like, why is Donald Trump so into space now? It couldn't be to distract from the Epstein style or losing this war with Iran, right? Couldn't be the high prices, no one could buy a house and everybody's starving and the food's poisoned. Couldn't be that. No. Let Donald Trump tell you.
Who was a great scientist, a great man. He was at...
Hold on. He's talking about his uncle.
I had an uncle who was a great scientist, a great man. He was at MIT for 41 years, Dr. John Trump.
41 years was hold on, I gotta fact check that. This is how you do it, Mag, okay? Was Dr. John Trump at MIT for 41 years? It says, yes, Donald Trump has said that. And he says, he was at MIT for 41 years, and he's also cited figures like 51 or 52 years. Oh my God. Hold on. Okay, so AI is telling me, yes, Donald Trump has said that, and he's also said 51 or 52 years. And then they go, the facts of his tenure. Dr. John G. Trump began as a research associate at MIT in 1933, became an assistant professor at 36, and also served as active faculty member until his formal retirement in 73. About 37 to 40 years. So he didn't get it right, but that's okay. Close enough. Close enough. Close enough. It was about 40 years, so we'll give him that. We'll give him that one. That was pretty close. And since we're here, did Rex Friedman, is that his name? What's his name? Rex Friedman? Lex Friedman. Lex Friedman go to MIT. I just like to do this because he did not go to MIT. He went to Drexel. Oh my God. I love it. Lex Friedman is a liar, just so you know that. He positions himself, and this has been already uncovered on the internet. If we're gonna touch MIT on the virtual common space, well, I always got to bring up Lex Friedman. Lex Friedman is a liar. Lex Friedman did not go to MIT. He taught like an after-hours unaccredited something class at MIT, where basically if I wanted to pretend to teach something at MIT, I could just sign up, and that's part of their like civic fucking duty to let people do that. Lex Friedman graduated from Drexel and then cosplays as an MIT fucking robot tech bro. He's a liar. He's a fucking fraud and a liar. He's grifted his way with his little meek fucking personality all the way into your brains. Don't ever believe him. Okay. Let's get back to Donald Trump talking about his uncle at MIT.
I had an uncle who was a great scientist, a great man. He was at MIT for 41 years, Dr. John Trump, and he loved space. He used to tell me about space.
Tell us what he said about space, if he loved space so much and always told you about space. Like, just rattle off something about space that he would say to you.
He would throw in the word nuclear everywhere.
Nuclear and space. Let's see. Let's just put those nuclear and space. Nuclear technology powers deep space exploration. So I'm guessing that's what Donald Trump's referring to. Brilliant. He would always talk about nuclear.
every once in a while, but he loves space, so
Loved it so much. Every night he would go out and just say, "I love you, space." every night before bed he would hang his head out the window and scream, "I love you, space."
I guess we
Some nights he would go out there with, like John Cusack, could say anything and just hold a big boom box up to space with Dolly Parton's "I Will Always Love You." That's how much he loves space. Dr. John G. Trump.
have genetically, I believe in that stuff. I love it. I find it so interesting.
What the fuck is this rambling dotard saying?
Space, so I guess we have genetically, I believe in that stuff. I love.
He believes in the genetics of stuff, that his uncle loves space and he loves space. Wow. You're really getting to know the innards of old dotard Trump. He believes in the genetics of, my uncle loves space and I think my genetics love space. Because you guys know Donald Trump is always frequently talking about space. He's always going on that. What's that fucking space nerd? You know, that dude, that black guy who's always like, space nerd podcast in pop culture. I forget everybody's names today. What's that dude's name? Star Talk Radio. Neil deGrasse Tyson. How did I forget that? You know, Donald Trump and Neil deGrasse Tyson are always chopping it up. They're like, man, you see that latest black hole discovery? You see that wormhole?
Love it. I find it so interesting, so amazing. It's very special.
This is the greatest fucking say nothing political jibba jabba. He's fucking... Mr. T would hate him. Let's just say. He don't like no jibba jabba, and this is all it is. Listen to this fucking sentence.
So I guess we have genetically, I believe in that stuff. I love it. I find it so interesting, so...
He doesn't say anything about it, Like, isn't that weird how your family likes stuff and then you like stuff? Isn't that weird? He's just like, it's so interesting, it's so great, it's so beautiful. And then he's like, in space, beautiful, best, interesting.
Amazing. It's very special. Thanks to also Associate Administrator, Chief Engineer.
Oh, now he's reading the holy shit. So he just went off the cuff and now he's reading the teleprompter. So this absolutely makes no sense. And the unfortunate part is, like, these are probably smart people behind him. Hence, they're at NASA. And they're probably just like, oh, God, I think we're watching a man have a stroke in real time.
Well, but he loves space. So I guess we have genetically, I believe in that stuff. I love it. I find it so interesting, so amazing. It's very special. Thanks to also Associate Administrator, Chief Engineer, Amit Shathriya. And that's Artemis 2 Lead Flight Director, Jeff Radigan. Artemis 2.
Oh my God. So he literally was rambling and then said it's very special, but I think the teleprompter was trying to tell him a very special thanks. Listen to this. Dude, this guy he's in full dotard mental decline. This is humiliating for MAGA. Not for me. I've always thought he was a dipshit. I've always thought that this Epstein associate and best friend for Epstein for decades and decades and decades, who wrote him perverted birthday cards, I've always hated this man. Like, with a passion. I hated him before The Apprentice. I hated him during The Apprentice. I hated him in the fucking 90s when we knew about him. I hated Trump steaks, Trump casinos, Trump fucking steaks. I always thought he was a rich bitch who would just parade around as, I'm the greatest there ever was. I know the most there ever was. And people that usually do that don't know shit. But man, this has got to be absolutely horrifically embarrassing for MAGA to be like, I trust Donald Trump. And then you're like, you trust the guy who is saying this?
He loves space. So I guess we have genetically, I believe in that stuff. I love it. I find it so interesting, so amazing. It's very special. Thanks to also...
It's very special. Thanks to also... What? I'm sorry? You passed the what? You passed the cognitive exam? Did you say you passed the cognitive exam, sir? Are you sure? Did they just tell you?
It wasn't the brain because I took a cognitive test and I aced it. I got a perfect mark.
And did the doctor show you the test after? Did he hand it back to you? Or did he just say, hey, you passed? Let's just say you passed. I don't want to keep this president back a year, so let's just say he passed. I don't want to deal with this guy again. They're like, let's just say he passed. Okay, and now, hey, if you've ever thought about space, watched the movie Gravity, saw aliens, anything, we all know it all kind of circles back to the stock market, right? Usually people who have a hardcore fascination in sci-fi and Star Wars are like, yeah, but how's my Dow doing? You know, how's the stock market doing? All these people behind him, they're like fucking checking Wall Street bets on their phone and going to the Robinhood app. They don't care about, you know, the fucking E equals MC square, fucking how long does the sun's light take to get to it? They don't give a shit about that. Science, pfft. Tell me if it's a bear market or a fucking bull market.
Great. This country is doing great right now. Never did anything like it.
I love how he's telling smart people. I love how he's telling a group of NASA people, hey man, this is the fucking best it's ever been. You hear that, you dummies? Better take me at my word. If you wonder why it's so quiet in the background, it's because he's not in buttfuck Oklahoma, where they're like, hey sir, I love it, man. My water's coming out brown, and that data center's giving me a humming in my head even when I get away from the trailer park. So, you know, they're not complete and fucking utter cult morons. If you're wondering why it's so quiet, nobody's clapping like they're usually taught to.
81 stock market highs in 1.5 years. Never been anything like it, including they broke it again yesterday for the 81st time. And 19...
How's that doing, Middle America? I know you guys are all heavily invested in the stock market. I know you're just cashing your dividend check every week, you know? That's why you were so against food stamps and healthcare, because you were like, bitch, this dividend check is taking care of me. I ain't got to work. You know, go ahead, buy up all my farms, sell Argentinian cattle. I don't give a shit. You hear the stock market just broke again yesterday, 81 times this year. Ooh, doggy. Is that why the first-time home buyers are fucking 60 years old? So they're the only ones that had the fucking wealth to invest? Yeah, but okay. Sorry, Dotard. I mean, Trump. Continue on.
For the 81st time. And $19.2 trillion is being invested in our country from outside countries and interests and people.
Okay, so that means the Saudis are, you know, buying Liberty World Financial Coin, Donald Trump's cryptocurrency. Okay.
People. And we've never seen it. That's why I call it the golden age. It's an exciting time.
For rich people. Exciting time for rich people. It's exciting in a terrifying kind of way for everybody who's working class, which is everybody in this chat. Everybody. Everyone's pension is invested in the stock market. And it used to not be. Yeah, the rich are getting richer. Good for them. That's why, like, you could hear a fucking cricket fart in this speech. Listen again. We'll play it again. Listen to how silent it is. Usually he's like, the stock market just broke records again. And Alabama's like, yeah! What does that mean? You know? They're just cheering. They're just like, I don't know, Donald Trump's here. You know? And then he gets in front of a bunch of NASA people. They're like, yeah, we know what that means. All you and your friends are fucking rigging the market. You literally selling your first tweets on Truth Social for $100,000 a month, so the people who can afford that have first access to which fucking market you're gonna pump and dump today. You know, like they're like, yeah, we're not stupid. We know what that is.
Great. This country is doing great.
A cricket could fart, and it would make a sound right now.
Right now, never did anything like it. 81 stock market highs in 1.5 years. Never been anything like it, including they broke it again yesterday for the 81st time. And $19.2 trillion is being invested in our country from outside countries and interests and people. And we've never seen it. That's why I call it the golden age. It's an exciting time. Tomorrow's going to be very exciting.
Isn't that weird how, you know, he's playing the hits right now? He's playing the hits. If Scott Bessent and Larry Ellison, and, Carolyn Levitt, and Pam Blondie, Kash Patel, and Joe Rogan, and Theo Vaughn were there, you would hear applause and hooting and hollering, and then he gets in front of a bunch of smart people. They're like, okay, awesome. Yeah, none of us can afford a home, and NASA's been defunded, so we're all interns here. We're all interns trying to go to space, but okay, where's that money being invested? It's not science, buddy, Pretty sure there's people dying of measles, which we eradicated 30 years ago in Pennsylvania. I'm pretty sure 2 people just died of measles, and these people are scientists? Okay, where's that money headed? Oh, you don't know? Okay. And then here, this is Donald Trump's great attempt at doing his best JFK enthusiastic yet lackluster, we're gonna go to space. Why go to the moon? Not because it's easy. Because we're running a sale on my World Liberty Financial right now. If you want the moon coin, get it now. Buy. Gotta hold it until me and my friends sell. And then you can, who gives a shit what you do with it? We've already cashed out.
And it was very sad. That's where we started. Yet as the world can see today under the Trump administration, we have brought back America's space program and came out of the dark age, and it's now into the golden age. This is the golden age of America, and this is a big part of it. So to every astronaut here today, I want to make this promise to you. Our nation will conquer, and we will conquer indeed this vast frontier that we have before us, and we'll reach American courage, and
We'll reach American courage? Dude, you could tell they were like, AI, when you write this speech for Donald, make sure you're using like 3rd grade words. This guy's got severe dotard brain. He's a very smooth-brained individual, and he's not going to be able to pronounce nothing or read it with the cadence that is intended. Please don't double space.
use American genius and daring and all of.
Hold on, I got to hear where we're going to reach courage. Love that. This is a quote for the history books. Get out there and reach for courage. Be best.
Our nation will conquer, and we will conquer indeed this vast frontier that we have before us, and we'll reach American courage, and we'll use American genius and daring and all of the things that we have that nobody else can ever compete with. We will explore it, we will tame it, and we will win it. We will always win.
We're gonna win space? Okay. Now listen. Maybe you're young. I don't know. Compared to this clip, I'm young. But there was a guy from Massachusetts, by the way, who did a speech about space and the moon, and it fired people fucking up, man. It fired people up. People still will quote this. Not as much anymore. America's, America has less wrinkles in the brain than we did previously, and I would say it's a part of the leadership happening. We're really taking it from the top. It's a top-down culture here in America, and as soon as they start worshiping anti-intellectualism, it really becomes a feature in everyday life, saying just stupid shit all the time. Like, we're going to win space, and we're going to reach American courage. Okay, well, let's listen to John F. Kennedy, if you didn't know who I was talking about. This guy right here. Old JFK.
Against the hostile use of land or sea. But I do say that space can be explored and mastered without feeding the fires of war, without repeating the mistakes that man has made in extending his writ around this globe of ours. There is no strife, no prejudice, no national conflict in outer space as yet. Its hazards are hostile to us all. Its conquest deserves the best of all mankind, and its opportunity for peaceful cooperation may never come again. But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? Why does Rice play Texas? We choose to go to the moon.
There's a delayed clap for the audience. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win, and the others too.
That's where Trump got it. Intend to win space, folks. We're going to win it. Citing JFK. Now, who did it better? Why are we going to space? Because I did Space Force, in case you forgot. We're going to reach American courage. And do you hear the compassion and passion in his voice? It's like a delicate embrace that also amps you up. What a charismatic speaker.
But because they are hard.
Because they are hard. I love how JFK is such a Boston accent. He has like an ancient accent that's been long lost in translation. Because nobody says decade anymore. But back in like, you know, the 60s in Massachusetts, people would say decade. In this decade, you know, just like you'd ask people like, what direction is it? They go, north. And you're like, what the fuck? North? North, okay. You know, that's an old Boston accent when they say north or decade. I love it. You don't hear that. Why are we going to the moon in this decade? Did you just call me a decade? You better not have. Old filthy mouth JFK.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing.
In this decade? I think he just slipped in calling somebody a decade. I think JFK was just calling people a decade. Wait, hold on. Where's my other picture of this dotard? Where's my little dotard? Is this it? No, we're going to get to Epstein. We're going to get to Epstein. And we're going to visit Fox News. Because they're scared that the new Great Lakes, an acronym, is going to spell Hamas, which is even funnier. That's even funnier. It's too close to spelling Hamas. We can't do it. We can't do it. We have to call it back. So we'll get to that. But we got to finish our space talk. Space, farce. And Donald Trump, they took this very proud boy. And if you can you see who is in the background right here? That's Natalie Harp. The lady who is hand that rocks the cradle for Donald Trump. They took our very proud boy president all over Space Station X today, or whatever they're calling it. I don't know. They just gave him a Make-A-Wish day. They were like, we're going to let you talk to astronauts. We're going to let you call space, you know. They were just like, go ahead, have it. Order whatever you want from McDonald's today. You know, they're like, you've been having a tough one, sir. All these mean media outlets saying naughty things about you. You know, saying that you didn't win the war 40 times. God, I'm sorry, sir. We're going to go right through the drive-thru and you just order. We're going to roll down your window. You order whatever you want today. And then we're going to take you to NASA. You know, he's got real divorced dad taking care of shit today energy. That's what it is. This Natalie Harp is making sure that he is getting everything he wants today. They're doing some hard makeup days right now.
Some tremendous plans ahead, and it's going to be something very special. I'm very proud of Space Force because I did that. It was during my term, and a lot of people didn't believe in it. A lot of people in the next administration wanted to end it, and frankly, the military put their foot down. The military absolutely put their foot down. They wouldn't let that happen. There was almost a revolt, and now it's a part of the whole thing. A lot of the victories, when you look at Venezuela, when you look at what we've done with the drug people coming in by boat and
the drug people coming in by boat. I can't believe he's calling space to admit to war crimes. I mean, I'm sure before he hung up, I don't have the full call, but I'm sure he's like, is war crimes a thing in space, in the space station? Do they have the Geneva Convention? They don't have the Constitution there, do they? You can't vote by mail. No sending your ballots. We're not counting them. But it's fucking crazy that he's like, hey, and if it wasn't for Space Force, we would have never shot down those drug people. that stopped all the drugs. We just stopped them. We just thought we killed like, I don't know, 100 people in the Caribbean, and there's no more drugs in America. Drug-free America. Nixon's wish fulfilled. Can't believe, like, at some point in the not too distant future, we're gonna look back at this and be like, holy shit, we just watched a president admit to war crimes on the phone. That's crazy. And the people next to him looking at this man like, my hero. My hero. I wish I could have used space to kill all those innocent civilians.
A lot of the victories, when you look at Venezuela, when you look at what we've done with the drug people coming in by boat and by land, frankly, people don't know about so much.
People don't know about so much. By boat and by land, frankly, people don't know about so much. This is a guy who, I'm not sure, has he taken a brain test?
It wasn't the brain because I took a cognitive test and I aced it. I got a perfect mark.
Okay, I won't ask any more questions. Let's hear that sentence again.
People coming in by boat and by land, frankly, people don't know about so much.
Ah, they're coming in by boat and by land, frankly, that people don't know about so much. You know, you don't hear that often, that there's drug mules coming in by land, frankly. You don't hear anybody talking about that. You don't hear about any borders and any drugs being carried over the border. You just don't, they don't talk. I mean, I guess it's not election season, so they just don't, frankly, who is frankly?
Venezuela, when you look at what we've done with the drug people coming in by boat and by land.
I heard it was 1 if by boat, 2 if by land.
Frankly, people don't know about so much.
It was a single tap if by boat and a double tap if by land, I think, frankly, people don't know about that much. That the old orders were 1 if by boat and double tap if by land.
The drug people coming in by boat and by land, frankly, people don't know about so much. We get all that information from space and from what the people hear. And
maybe this is the defense. Maybe he's setting up the defense. He's like, listen, we got all that information from space. Good luck pressing charges. Those are space rats, space psyops, and you can't catch them. They're in space. They gave us all the information. What the fuck is this guy rambling about? He called space. Could you imagine calling space? Imagine you got one phone call to call space. You're like, all right, we're going to call the space station. Astronauts been up there forever. I haven't talked to Earth in a while. They're going to talk to the president. And he's like, listen, man, if it wasn't for you guys out there at Space Force One, we would have never been able to bomb all those boats, all those fishermen in the Caribbean. I just want a special thank you to you and whoever else is on that carrier. It's all your fault. I mean, you guys are the ones that are maintaining the systems that allow us to drone strike those civilian fishermen that we're claiming stopped all the drugs coming into America. So I just want to thank you. I want to take I know you're going to be up there alone, just looking out into the deep, deep darkness of space for probably a few more months. So just want to give you some food for thought. If you weren't maintaining those ships out there, whatever you got, I don't know what you're doing. Your doodads and your doohickeys and your thingamaboppers, whatever you guys are tweaking on out there. I just want you to remember that if it wasn't for you maintaining those systems, we would have never been able to take care of the Caribbean fishermen like we did. So thank you. Thank you, astronaut. I know you trained in science and very physically hard to get up there. I just want to say it wasn't all for nothing, man. The blood is on your hands. I mean, we couldn't have done it without you. Like, what the fuck? And then you just hang up the phone. You're like, is that what I'm doing up here? I thought I was growing poop potatoes. Fuck. Not only is the military quitting in droves because they're like, oh, this is clearly like a rich man's grift war. They're like, this is all to enrich Donald Trump's sons with drone contracts for the government, from the government, and for him to have Uzbekistan fucking, natural earth mineral mines. They're like, I quit the army. Fuck that. Pauly Shore, you take my spot. They're totally quitting in droves and jumping off ships in the military. And now Donald Trump just fucked with the astronauts. He's like, can you jump out of a spaceship? I don't know. The sailors are jumping off the boats. I did that. Have you even said thank you? I've driven them so sea crazy that they're pleading fucking for oranges so they don't get whatever that disease is. You know, fisherman's disease. The Gordon's fisherman's disease. That wasn't a yellow rain jacket. That was his skin color. Guy had jaundice. Real bad. And I think he does too. Doesn't he look like he has jaundice? Kidney failure? I don't know. But yeah, so thank you. Have you even said thank you? Thank you for your attention to this matter. He just absolutely fucked up those astronauts' day. Reminding them.
The whole thing, a lot of the victories, when you look at Venezuela, when you look at what we've done with the drug people coming in by boat and by land, frankly, people don't know that so much.
One tap by boat, double tap by sea, by land, frankly. If you didn't know that much, like the president said.
Get all that information from space and from what the people hear and what some others are doing.
So astronauts, thank you for going up to space and maintaining all the systems and the captain's logs and all that stuff, because without you, we couldn't have murked all of those citizen fishermen in the Caribbean. You were crucial to that intel, so I just want to thank you. I know you're going to be doing deep space exploration for the next year or so, so just some food for thought. All right, have a good one. Gotta go. Earth out. If you know anything, this is one of the most horrifying things about to go to space. Like, they have to go through rigorous, like, mental fucking testing because you're out there alone, off of Earth. So, like, he just probably shattered those people's fucking mind state every time they're, like, you know, checking the fucking filters on the gigawatts or whatever. You know, these people are like, is this helping kill people on Earth? Is that what the president told me I do? Is that my job? I thought I was like doing this for, like, the advancement of humanity. Oh my God, this is just to shoot drone strikes on ships in the Caribbean? Oh man, I spent so much time doing the wrong thing. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, now let's get to Lake Huron, or Great Lakes, or whatever you want to call it. Oh, before that, look at this. I wish this was real. Come on, Doug Ford. Come on, Dougie Ford. Sign an executive order to rename Melania Trump as Melania Epstein. We should just start calling her that. Melania Epstein. Melania Epstein. She did come here on an EB1 visa, which I believe stands for Epstein Buddy 1. Number 1 Epstein Buddy. Okay. Is this the only picture of the 5 I have? No, I got this one too. All right, we're gonna tune into Fox News right now, and listen to them. Listen to, you know, really the peak culture generals of our day, and only tackling the hottest topics of the day, which is about renaming lakes.
He said 10. I thought he was talking about his dating life. So it's ridiculous. We're all having the time. Lake America stands. I love it.
Do you call the Gulf of America still Gulf of Mexico, Jessica? Have you come around?
No.
It is the official name now. Why not? Why wouldn't you?
Because it's absurd.
Why?
Everything about this man is absurd. And you guys justifying live temper tantrums with global implications is embarrassing for you. Tyrus just said, oh, he just angers the right people. I love to see the hair on fire and greasy Gab. Play the sound of Susan Collins having a meltdown because of the implications for Maine. Not only does she have a tough re-election fight ahead of her, they're going to have a decimated industry for the oystermen, and I'm not making a Graham Plattner comment, lobstermen, huge industry out of there. All the swing states, Michigan, Ohio, North Carolina.
Okay, fine. Dana said September 7th.
Donald Trump elects to do the absolute worst things to the average American, like the war in Iran, cost of living up, these trade wars because he's bored.
He's trying to get
Find something better to do. Watch more television. Whatever you need to do to stop this.
He's definitely watching television at the same time.
Right. He is a fantastic multitasker. You're talking about $20 billion in American goods.
Oh, we're going to get a deal, Jessica. It's just posturing. Just the way Carney walked out at the last second because he didn't want to open up his economy. The president is trying to get a better deal for Americans. This is part
when
of
you
the
have
deal.
no toilet paper, don't complain to me about your
I stocked up during the pandemic.
Yes.
And the beef.
Where's the beef? Where is the beef?
We're importing beef that has to be recalled, like everything else in America. You can't have granola, you can't have lettuce, you can't have beef or any of it. And Republican Senator
Can't have popsicles, can't have blueberries, can't have jalapenos, can't have sourdough bread, and now you can't have buffalo chicken ragoons and mozzarella sticks. Oh boy.
Barroso, Sheehy, Ricketts, Cindy Hyde-Smith, they're all saying, what are you doing? That is the collective question.
What did the Biden administration do to the...
Yo, what about Biden has to be a t-shirt? That has to be a t-shirt. We have to make that. I got to make that a t-shirt. So they don't even need to say it. They could just point. What about Biden? 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 I wish everybody would just be like, dude, fuck Joe Biden. Fuck him. You don't get to bring him up when Donald Trump's in the Epstein files.
cattle ranchers?
Yeah, we're trying to lower beef prices, Jessica. What about you?
No, you're trying to poison us with rancid Argentinian beef.
Are you a vegan?
No,
Okay.
Are you a vegan? You shouldn't be able to talk. I'm sure. Jesse, show us what your private chef makes you. You know, post your fucking daily tweet or, tweet your fucking weekly 3 fucking course meal that you have to send to your chef about your special dietary needs. Because you know this rich bitch right here, Jesse Waters. We learned about him on Circumcision Day. If you missed that show was earlier in the week. But you know this dude who's a Nepo baby as well, comes from wealth. And he's just here to distract you from the news, which is weird that they call it faux news, because it is. He's not here to tackle any serious topics. He's just here to make you go, oh, look over here, look over here, look over here, look over here. This guy with his, are you a vegan? It sounds like bad morning radio. That's truly what this reminds me of. Like, I worked in radio for 20 years, and this just sounds like pathetic morning radio that's trying to present itself as some kind of PBS knockoff, for corporations. Like, if corporations could just fund PBS and totally alter all of the content that comes out of them and have no investigative journalism, no nothing. In fact, they would investigate the people who are, like, whistleblowing on the corporations. That's what this reminds me of. And it was, like, all pitched in, like, some fun fucking, hey, welcome to Walmart. This is Walmart Radio. Because that whole what is a vegan comment, I wish this bitch would clap back and be like, why don't you post your private fucking chef's fucking, weekly fucking menu that you have. I guarantee you this guy has some weird ass, like, dietary needs. Where he's like, listen, when you're doing the fatty goose livers, they have to come from these specific geese or it makes me gassy. Like, I guarantee you his thing is like, listen, the caviar cannot be the red one. It has to be the black caviar. When he's like, there will be no spiny lobsters. It's only Maine lobsters when you make my lobster kebab mac and cheese, And then he probably gets sloppy and just eats Kraft mac and cheese because he's like, I had it once at a friend's house who was a poor, and it was so delectable. But, like, these people don't cook for themselves. They don't go to the grocery store. This guy's never cleaned his own home. He has some fucking woman that he keeps under threat of, I'll call ICE on you to do that for him. Like, these are the absolute worst people you should ever be fucking listening to. Ever. What's up, Lindsay? Did I say hi to you? Gracie Gypsy, good to see you back. Oh, my Gypsies and Pixies here. I love them. My Brian. I don't like Jessica Waters. I'm Canadian. I say, you know what? Fine. You guys want to keep playing that way? We're going to cut your power. We're going to cut all the resources going down there. Good luck. Do it, please. Like, if you can specifically do it to red states, like, please do that. Teach them a fucking lesson. Give them the day they voted for, as been said. Circumcision day. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, James. With 2 S's. I pronounced both S's. You're welcome. Yeah. Because he was like, do you believe girls and guys sports? And Abdul El Sayed was like, Jesse, are you circumcised? I'm a doctor. You don't want to do this conversation. You don't want to talk about gender affirming care with me. Your president wears makeup and Elon Musk went and got hair transplants. You know, we don't want to talk about circumcisions with me. You know, and then Abdul El Sayed was like, yo, let's just stick to like healthcare for the people and taxing billionaires. And then Jesse went way off the rails. He was like, you're saying Beyonce can't keep all her money? And he was like, nah, don't affect her bottom line, man. She ain't struggling to fucking put food on the table. He's like, what do you need all that money for? Jesse Waters literally goes, anything I want. And I was like, and this is why the Epstein files happened. Saryon, did you see Trump ecstasy pills in the Netherlands? No. What? Be careful. Let me say, if that's true, be careful. You might end up on an island. You might take one of the, they might be branding them as ecstasy, and I guarantee you it's a ruby. I guarantee you be out for a while, and then you wake up and you're like, I hear the ocean. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, God. But of course, leave it to the Netherlands. A Dutch institute issues a red alert over potentially lethal Trump-shaped ecstasy pills. What the fuck? Oh my God, I would not. No way. The Hague, Netherlands, a Dutch drug addiction and mental health institute warned users on Friday of potentially lethal ecstasy pills shaped to look like the head of the U.S. president. The respected Trimbos Institute. Yo, that is a funny ass word. Trimbos? That's like a Trump bimbo. A Trimbo. Oh my God. Oh my God. Trimbos. He's a Trimbo. That's what we're going to call male MAGAs from now on. Trimbos. A bunch of Trimbos. Trimbos. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Don't leave. I'm just going to see if I can grab a screenshot of these Trump. Sard, I don't see how government can have a say over the grid. No way Canada decides where our electricity goes beyond the hub they source it to. Yeah, we're just all talking out of pocket right now. That's fine. All right, I want to make sure everybody gets back. I don't know why anytime I do that, I drop a bunch of losers. I mean, I lose a bunch of droppers. I mean, we lose people. They drop. You know what I'm saying, Jesus. But I got the photo. Here it is. There it is. Saryon. Breaking news out of Netherlands. If you are in the Netherlands, this is breaking news. Do not take these Trump stamped ecstasy pills. The Trimbo Institute said that several of the pills have been handed in recently at a network of centers that test drugs for users before they take them. That's fucking cool. And it says, absolutely do not use these pills. Trump's head on one side and the other side stamped NL and Trump, like you see here. And they issued a red alert on its website. Has a high concentration of a chemical called PMMA, or paramethoxymethamphetamine. Jesus. That is similar to MDMA, the active ingredient in ecstasy. However, PMMA is slower working and could lead users to take more because they think the first pill didn't work. So it's like a slow release, leading to a risk of overdosing. The pills can lead to overheating with possible deadly consequences. Oh my God, even the drugs aren't safe. They're poisoning, they're making foodborne illnesses in the soup, in the lettuce, in the ecstasy, beef screwworm, buffalo chicken now as of today. Measles is back. The sourdough bread has metal shards. The Outshine Popsicles has glass in it. What else? There's so much stuff. I gotta start keeping a list. And now the ecstasy pills in the Netherlands, if they're Trump shaped, they could kill you. My God. Are they just going after everything? My God, will they just not sleep. These people, man, they're horribly pressed. Yeah, that one's a little sloppy. That one's pretty good. You know, that's a good press right there. No food, no drugs. We're gonna die. They're giving Flintstone vitamin vibes. Yeah. Yeah. The orange press Trump pill? Yeah. Look, the orange press is the most Trump. That is the most Trumpian pill. Everybody's saying it. Everything Trump touches is fucked. Yep, including all those poor survivors on Epstein Island. Man. Oh, man. Well, thank you, Saryan. For all of our comrades out in the Nederlands, please, I hope you get this alert. Do not take the Trump ecstasy pills. Do not. I feel like I'm in Wayne's World right now. Nobody eat the red rope licorice. There's a bad batch of red rope licorice going around. That just dated me. That just made me really old. Flintstones vibes. I had a whole bottle once. Yeah, you have to stay away from the Flintstones vitamins. They should have never made those when we were kids. Like those, goddamn. I could just have those for supper, you know? Fuck a fruit snack. Just give me some Flintstones vitamins, man. All that chalky, powdery yum yum. Prefer pure. I prefer to stay away from it altogether, you know? I was young once. I mean, unless we were talking about a medically sanctioned religious event, sacred journey. What were we talking about anyways? Oh, we were doing the 5 thing. Okay. Also, I got some Epstein news. And by the way, if you didn't see this, this is how a pastor should behave. Breaking 3 South Carolina teens arrested after allegedly cutting down a flock camera. And Pastor Ben stepped in like a good man of the word. A good advocate of the good Lord's word. He said, this is a lie. These boys were in Bible study with him. So, and if you're participating in Deflock America Night, aka Halloween, I am a reverend and I'll be holding a Bible study all night. And I don't take attendance, but maybe that night I will for you. Also, listen up, MAGA cult members. It's still the Gulf of Mexico. It's still the Kennedy Center. It's still Lake Ontario. It's still the Department of Defense. And Donald Trump is still a convicted felon who is in the Epstein files. I think that's a good opening for old Billy Gates. Everybody remember Billy Gates? He was the one trying to put the chips in your vaccines or something. I forget. I don't know. It seems like all culture war shit, you know? It seems like a bunch of culture war stuff to me. Look over here while we just siphon your tax money to oppress you more. But Bill Gates speaks to Anderson Cooper.
I do want to ask you about Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, Anderson. By the way, I called Anderson a Nepo baby earlier, and people were talking about how he was embedded in Bosnia, embedded with troops, and I was reminding people that that doesn't change. He's a Nepo baby. Anderson Cooper, this gray-haired silver fox right there, is part of the Vanderbilt family. The Vanderbilt America family, okay?
This is your first television appearance since your closed-door interview before the House Oversight Committee, which is investigating Epstein's crimes.
Are they, though? Is the House Oversight Committee really investigating, or are they loosely asking people answers where if they lie to them, there's no charges and everybody just gets to walk out not in handcuffs? Is that an investigation? I've seen fucking TV shows about investigations, and usually the cops bully these people into fucking confessions and then lock them up forever. Did you not watch How to Making a Murderer? God damn, Anderson. Free Stephen Avery, right? Is he free? I don't know. I don't care.
What was the extent of your relationship with Epstein? Did you ever interact with any of his victims?
Yeah, I really appreciated the opportunity to go in.
I'm sure you did. He's like, I was so happy to go rehash the Epstein stuff and my Russian prostitutes and the STD medicine I was trying to slip my wife. I was really excited, you know, like slept like a baby the night before. Couldn't wait to take my private beam me up Scotty fucking technology that nobody knows about right to the offices of Congress.
and answer every question that day. And that's all public. People are curious. I encourage them to look at that. You know, I went through every single meeting, every single email. I didn't have a social.
You just said you went through them. You didn't say you were honest and open about them. You just said, hey, we looked at them all. Now, I was pleading the fifth the whole time, but we went through it all. We went through each and every one. And they said, is this you in this photo with Epstein? And he said, yep. What are you talking about? The fruit bowl on the table? I was going to invest in fruits.
Relationship. I didn't meet any women through him.
Yeah. Just that voice says he didn't need help meeting women. What? This stud? You guy's a lady killer.
Had a misguided view that he could facilitate my raising philanthropic funds for global health.
Yeah, that's all. I thought this guy who is known for what again? What's the story now with Jeff Epstein? Was he a tax guy? Just a money man in general? He's just a general money guy. I think that's the generic term everyone's using. Yeah, you got to meet Jeffrey for the money stuff. Because everybody was doing it. Everybody was going to see him to be like, hey, money, crypto. Invest, buy, sell. Yeah, that's it. You were going because he was such a big You can't walk into a city in America without seeing the Epstein Memorial Library. You know, the Epstein Museum of Fine Arts. Is such a philanthropist.
It was a gigantic mistake.
Was it? Was it? How easy to say now.
Which I talked about in my testimony, and I've really learned from that.
What'd you learn? Anderson, Anderson, don't be a Nepo baby, right? And don't be a Vanderbilt. Ask him what he learned.
You know, I'm very apologetic that I gave him any credibility at all. And, you know, I spent today really saying, you know, what I did do and being very, very clear what I did not.
There was a series of graphic, unverified allegations against you that Epstein appears to have written himself.
What the hell is he drinking, dude? He's drinking something jet black. What the hell? I think they have a new drink out, the billionaires do. Is that blood? That might be blood. He might be drinking blood. I can't tell. Oh my god, I wish I had a screenshot of this. He might be drinking blood. He's drinking blood. I don't know whose.
In July of 2013, in these draft emails that were...
Okay, the vaccine people were right. Bill Gates wanted to vaccine you so he could take a little bit of your blood out and then drink it later.
Never sent. It sounded like he was trying to blackmail you. Were you aware he was trying to do that?
No.
No idea. I'm just a tech guy. I don't know the littlest thing about tech surveillance or anything like that. No way. No, not me. Not Bill Gates. Founder of, what did he do? He did like a chain of grocery stores or something, right? Totally out of the loop. Bill Gates, no way. He doesn't have no kind of structure or system in place of security to make sure his shit isn't hacked. Nope. No siree Bob. A simple Google search on Epstein? What? I wasn't a big internet guy. I didn't know the computers. Is that what Bill Gates is trying to say right now? Okay.
It's complicated enough that really that's where, you know, several hundred pages of testimony gets to it. And, you know, I didn't know that he was considering blackmailing me. He never did blackmail me, but...
Really? What are you doing here in this interview? What are you doing? He didn't blackmail you? What do you think all these photos were, Bill? Are you guys just having a Kodak moment? Someone randomly coming in being like, oh, you guys look great together. Chee-chee! That would be good for later. Oh my God. Bill Gates next to Epstein. Oh my God. You just let us take that photo. Right. That's why you're on CNN talking about this or what is this? Forbes breaking news? Or is this CNN? I don't even fucking know. They're all bought out by each other. It's just all one like Forbes News maxing CNN Fox News brought to you by Paramount Plus on Warner fucking Plus HBO Maxing. It's all the same shit, and they're all saying the same thing. Nah, blackmail? He didn't blackmail me. We just showed you a bunch of really weird candid photos of you and him together not posing. What did you think those were taken for? Were you just documenting your time with this guy who turned out to be the biggest blackmailer ever? Oh my God. I fucking love, I love when rich people lie. That's my favorite thing in the world because they're like, I'm rich, so everybody's much stupider than I am. And I'm rich, so I'm very trustable. That's what rich means.
I have a peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat, or I didn't sweat at the time. And that was, oh, actually, yes, I didn't sweat at the time because I had suffered what I would describe as an overdose of adrenaline in the Falklands War when I was shot at.
That's Prince Andrew talking about Epstein and how it couldn't have been him who met with Virginia Giuffre because he didn't sweat. She said the guy that she was banging was sweaty, and unfortunately, that Falklands War that lasted, what, an hour? I was really sweaty in that and overdosed on sweat, so the doctors were like, they gave me a note. Just like Donald Trump got a note for bone spurs. They said, this bone spurs, he can return to war as soon as Vietnam ends. That was the note. They were like, please excuse Donald Trump from Vietnam. His bone spurs. He can return to military drafting once Vietnam ends. And thank God there were never any wars after that. Same with Prince Andrew. He was like, hey man, I wish I could say that was me, but I do this weird thing where I don't sweat. And now Bill Gates is telling us, hey man, I know I'm just like a simple tech bro. I mean, I'm just like a simple dude. I had no idea he was blackmailing me. What are you talking about? These photos, like I always have somebody just taking random photos of me sitting at a table with a cool bowl of fruit around. You don't? God, stupid.
You know, it just shows how foolish I was.
Yeah, Bill Gates, known for being foolish. Bill Gates. That's why everybody bought that Microsoft. Because they were like, you know, this is a foolish bastard right there. A pretty foolish guy. I'm going to trust him with all of my technology needs. Okay, Bill.
To spend time with him.
Bill, thanks so much for your time.
Bill, thanks so much. That clears everything up. I think you've been exonerated. And if not, I'm sure Donald Trump will give you a pardon. Anyways, next, the green M&M. Is she gay? That's the pressing news of the day today. I'm Anderson Vanderbilt Cooper. The media is poisonous to Americans' minds. Okay, nothing to see here, John. Okay, well, it looks like this is this is an open and shut case. Looks like Bill Gates was just there for philanthropy, and as soon as things got a little hinky, Bill Gates smelled the stank from a mile away and said, I'm sorry, Jeff, I'm leaving. Bill Gates, the founder of, what did he do again? Oh, yeah, that's right, Microsoft and computers. He did stuff with computers, had no idea that he was being blackmailed. Because Bill Gates, who's one of the richest men ever, totally wouldn't have a security team detailing if anybody's trying to fucking blackmail him. Yeah, no, that doesn't exist. He wouldn't have cybersecurity or fucking any kind of, surveillance state built around him to ensure that no one's fucking doing stuff like that. Right, okay. Easily believable. That is easily believable. I'm on board, Bill. And thank you for personally coming on Anderson Vanderbilt Cooper's show to clear that up. Mainstream journalism is dead, and Joe Rogan helped hunt it and kill it like an elk in his backyard. That's right, Lindsay. Oh, shit. Anicle, you guys are saving my ass today. Trump's not going to the fucking 9/11 thingy-meetings. Also, guys, if you thought the iceberg lettuce thing was done, it's not. 20 states. More people dying. So just don't eat the iceberg lettuce if you're in Georgia, Tennessee, Texas, or just America, okay? I forgot about that one. The buffalo chicken, ragoons, and mozzarella sticks, do not eat them. And the iceberg lettuce, it's killing people. The lettuce. And you're right, Donald Trump, where's that story? I saw that, thank you. I love you. Not that one. Where is it? I had it. Here we go. Old Donnie Trump, he's skipping the 9/11 remembrance. America first. He's skipping it because they're not going to let him speak.
Here's the thing. I know nothing about it because I'm too busy doing the other.
What? You know nothing about it? Tell me about Charlie Kirk.
He died like a dog. He died like a coward.
What? I heard he leaned to the left at the end. I don't know why they wouldn't let him speak. Maybe because...
Everything's computer.
Oh, no. That is inappropriate. You don't say that at the 9/11 thing. Pitch us another speech that you do at 9/11.
I moved on her like a bitch. But I couldn't get there.
Okay. It's just not going to happen, Trump. It's just not going to happen. Isn't that amazing? Joe Rogan, Theo Vaughn, Andrew Schultz of the Flagrant podcast. Does he know what the word flagrant means? I don't think anybody does. And I think they just watch it and think flagrant means like funny, because he was smitten like a kitten when he talked to Donald Trump. Who else? Tim Pool, Ben Shapiro, Stephen Walsh, Steven Crowder, Matt Walsh, Joe Walsh. I don't fucking know. Probably not Joe Walsh. Sorry to drop him in there. All these alpha male chodcast universers are like, Donald Trump really cares about us. Donald Trump is skipping the 9/11 memorial in New York, in Manhattan, because they won't let him talk. And if you don't know, they usually don't let people fucking speak like politicians because it's a nonpartisan thing. It's not a time to be like, how's the Dow? Guys, have you seen I broke the stock market 81 times this year? Have you checked your 401k? Have you even said thank you for your attention to this matter? Because that's all he knows how to do. He just knows how to fucking go with the old classics, but now he's a much more lackluster. He's a sombre hombre. That's what I'm calling him. The sombre hombre, Donald Trump. This motherfucker, man. He's skipping the 9/11 memorial. Never forget, huh? Somebody forgot. It wasn't about him. Wasn't about him. Biden. Oh, the chat was frozen. Truth Seeker. Oh, I know you were spending some time on loosechange.com or whatever it was back in the day. Yada bop bingo. I haven't seen you in a while, man. I love that fucking name. Yada bop bingo. There's a few people, Malali and Yada bop bingo. You have these musical handles. But yeah, who Anacle, thank you for dropping this story. I appreciate it, because this was fun. I read this and I went, what a dickhead. You know? Like, you're in public service. In case people forget, the president works for us. He's paid by us. He's meant to serve us and the people of the United States. He's never done any kind of public service, number one. But the least, no, not the least. But he should at least do it for the facade, you know. He should just put up a great facade of like, hey, look at me, back in New York, you know? Back in New York, near my daddy's old skyscraper, where I used to flick pennies at poor people over here. Or whatever the fuck he did, who cares? And he can't even do that, because they're like, no, you don't get to give a speech at 9/11. What are you gonna do? Back during 9/11, I seen these brown people on a roof from New Jersey celebrating. What a bunch of dicks, huh? We got them all. ICE got them all. Don't worry. You know, like, we're just going to listen to you ramble. Dude, we heard you talk today, and it is embarrassing when you listen to him next to fucking... When you listen to Donald Trump back-to-back with JFK, it's like, holy shit. The populace has really degraded in mental health. You know, because if there's even never mind 30% still support him, that number's so high. If there's like a 2% of adults that hear this dude talk and they're like, that's my guy. That's my guy. I would think like, well, maybe they had like a bike accident when they were a child, you know, and there were no helmet laws. So they fell off, they hit their head real hard, they had, you know, and everybody just knew since that day they were different, you know, and they all just acted the same. You know, that person was like stuck in 1986 and they were just like, it's just, we, you know, we love them, so whatever. And like that person eventually grew up and voted and like hears this shit and is like, ah, what a smart guy.
This promise to you, our nation will conquer, and we will conquer indeed this vast frontier that we have before us, and we'll reach American courage, and
we're gonna reach American courage.
We'll use American genius and daring and all of the things that we have that nobody else can ever compete with. We're
gonna reach American courage? Dude, this is not like a tough sentence. How do you fuck that up? How do you fuck that up? And then this one's even tougher to fucking comprehend. I think he was just kind of freestyling, and then he started reading the teleprompter, and he was like, then it's very special. Thanks to this other like, listen to this shit.
And $19.2 trillion is being invested in our country from outside countries and interests and people. And
Wait, sorry. This is the wrong one. Here it is.
So I guess we have genetically, I believe in that stuff. I love it. I find it so interesting, so amazing. It's very special. Thanks to also...
I find it interesting. It's amazing. Very special. Thanks to this guy over here. Like, dude, oh my God. Oh my God. That's somebody with brain damage. Trying to go off the cuff, but also reading from the teleprompter and the wires crossed. And you're like, you're the president? How did you fucking... Who put you there? Who put you there? We need to tell those people, like, hey, you're not allowed to vote anymore. You guys are morons. Bruh. Trump forever. Chomo. That's right. He is all over the Epstein files. Bruh, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Every day, 4:20. Be late. I'm always late. I'm always a little bit late. Today was like 20 minutes. I had a lot going on. I was trying to figure stuff out. But it's good to have you here. Bruh. Just because that's what I say to my kids all the time. I'm like, I know what you kids say. Bruh. And they're like, oh, shut your hole. I'm like, come on. Bah. Hey, Blazing Man, I apologize I'm late because I'm too stoned. You fit in perfectly here. Bro was the latest ever, man. Like, bro, we started at 4:40, man. I respect the game. I ain't gonna lie, man. I respect the game. Bro's like, dude, I was so late, I almost didn't show up. But the other thing, if you're new here, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I don't take attendance, but I'm noting bruh is here, so awesome. Bruh is definitely fam. She's fantastic. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't figure out anybody's anybody unless, you know, they've been here for a while. So my apologies too. I work until 5 p.m. Rob, I've heard such excellent things about you. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy you're here, bruh. That's awesome. I'm so glad you made it. You know, this was God ordained. Whether or not you believe, I do. So I gotta speak from my personal experience. Let me make that clear. Because, you know, you do you. Again, I am a reverend, and this church that we've cultivated here is the Church of Rolling Stones. Come as you are is the motto. I want to name my church Rolling Stone. Or Rolling Stones. I don't know. I might have to fight it out with the band over the title, but I could spell it different. And then our church motto is Come as you are. So yeah, I'm excited. This was meant to be. Absolutely anointed. Bill Cooper was shot in the truth and they executed him. Is that the CIA dude? I don't know if I recognize the name or not. What's up, Nurse Ra? Good to see you. Thoughts of a veteran. Making a mockery of Christianity? What the fuck are you talking about? You know what's making a mockery of Christianity? Donald Trump and everybody who says they're Christian who supports him. Come as you are is the fucking motto for Jesus, man. All he wanted you to do was fucking seek his heart and then fucking act like he did. Take on his yoke. Bruh. Everybody's hailing the Satan. Yeah, my God beat him, but that's cool. My God's tougher than yours. And by tough, I don't mean in like the toxic masculinity way. I mean like he like totally alpha bossed Satan in the desert when, you know, Satan was like, oh, you're so hungry, turn these rocks into loaves of bread. And Jesus was like, man cannot live off food alone, but he needs the word of God. Plata! Lightning strike. And Satan was like, oh shit, I'm scared of lightning. You know that, Jesus. You know that. I was up in heaven with you. You do I did like the lightning. I need a thunder buddy, you know? The desert map battle. That's one side of the story, and that's right. This is a hell of a fun chat already. Bruh, you don't even know. Sometimes I'm doing my show, and I think somebody's commenting on what I'm talking about, and I look in the chat, and they're like talking fucking, you know, side quests, and I'm like, now I gotta catch up. Now I gotta take time out of my day, out of my show, to scroll back and figure out what the side quest is. And I love it. I love it. There's a great community here. So join, come as you are. It offended MAGA right away. You see, that's what I love. MAGA can't keep their mouth shut. You know, they got the feels all over the place. You tell MAGA, hey, my church is called the Rolling Stones. Great reference to the Bible. And our motto is come as you are. And they're like, way to mock Christianity. And I'm like, that's mocking Christianity. It's not Donald Trump in the Epstein files being like, yeah, I love the Bible. And they're like, and this happened in an interview in 2015. I played the clip and they're like, what's your favorite part? And he's like, that's very personal. You shouldn't ask me that. And they were like, are you an Old Testament or New Testament guy? He's like, all of it. You know, it was very like 5th grade. Did you read the book? And you're like, yeah. And they're like, oh, what's your favorite part? And you're like, all of it. No more questions. I have to poop. You know, like it was very much that vibe. You know, the good news, the good word, the gospel fucking shouldn't be shared with anybody, says Donald Trump. It's a very personal thing. If you ask any Christian, hey, what's your favorite verse? They're like, oh, how dare you? What do you want to read my diary next? You know, hilarious. Charlie Kelly is based. Charlie Kelly is fucking so based. You don't even know, brah. You're right, but you don't even know to the extent. You don't even know how based Charlie is. It is the bestest community on YouTube. I thank you, Sargon. And I agree. I agree with that too. Hail Gorb. There we go. And now that's a hail I can get behind. Hail Gorb. I am the real Charlie Kelly. Yeah, of course. I've never questioned that. He's with Sweet D at some point. Socialism is taking the power back. Cage. That bird. Oh, you know about the bird? You know about the bird. So we got an Always Sunny fan. I love it. By the way, since Charlie's here and bruh, has anybody watched the new... Are we talking bird? Swaggy McBaggy, if you fucking send me down a rabbit hole right now, I'm going to lose my mind because I need to ask, has anybody seen the new episodes of It's Always Sunny? I thought they were... I think there's 2 out. And bruh, I was like, the guys are getting old. I don't want to say hang it up, but... You know, it was so predictable. That's what I didn't like. Usually It's Always Sunny, it's like a touch predictable, but it's just always so... Bird Law. Bird Law was not predictable. Okay? And these new 2 episodes of Always Sunny were so... I was like, oh, this is... I didn't even watch the final, like, 5 minutes. I just did. I was like, I already know what happens. I was like, oh, this sucks. This sucks. I think they're getting old. Yeah. Yeah, Dennis too old to be his prideful self. I will take a milk stick boiled over each of the side of your phone. That's what I mean. There was no predictability in It's Always Sunny. And to watch these 2 new episodes, I went, this just became a predictable show and I hate it. That's what was great about Game of Thrones. Every episode you were tuning in to see your favorite person maybe get murked, you know? I was like, this is what every show could learn. You know, sitcoms and all. You know, first episode of sitcoms and Urkel comes in, and then the next day they're like, oh damn, Steve Urkel was hit by a bus. But we got this new funny guy. It's like you would always tune in if that happened. You'd be like, who are they going to kill next? You know, think about that. If Friends was just a rotating cast, then you could never get close enough to consider them all friends. And you were like, why do they call this show Friends? They're lovable, but why do they keep killing off all these characters? Joey just got AIDS. What? You know, like, I'm like, dude, if Game of Thrones had came out long ago and it just set the bar for every show to be like, well, everybody's tuning in because they never know who's going to die, we would have had some great TV. And that's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. Everything sucks in this economy. I didn't even consider that, Smoking. Do they sell the Trump ecstasy pills on Trump RX or whatever it's called? I don't know, but they should. I'm sure at some point they might. Dr. Mantis Toboggan. Dude, that's the other thing. Danny DeVito can never go wrong, and he still was a gem in that show. And it just felt like Charlie Kelly. I don't even want to give you my comments on that. I just felt like Charlie Kelly was not as Charlie Kelly as he should have been. And I was kind of sad. Because he plays piano in the 2 new episodes, and the songs were not... Night, man. They were just not. They were not at that caliber. DeVito looks the same now as he did on Taxi. That's true. Drop me at the roller rink. I'm going to get some strange. Do not rent a room with my Uncle Jack. That was probably the best part, that we got to see Uncle Jack living in the basement. And Uncle Jack still got it. I got to say, he's still got it. Who's Owen B? I don't know. Alex Jones. Fuck, I can't with that guy. Unless he's talking about gay frogs or something. Then I'll catch him clipped. That should have been it. That Gay Frogs is such a It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia sitcom plotline. You know, that's why I'm like, it's so funny. People like watch these people and think like, there might be some news to it, because sometimes it's just fucking hilarious where you're like, this has to be scripted. I've seen enough reality TV shows to know that they got a writer on board. They got a comedy. David Tell's back there writing like, hey, you know what will catch some attention? Gay frogs. You know? We got to distract from something, and I'm going to say Obama made the frogs gay. The real Alex Jones or the Tim Heidecker Eric Jones? There we go, Alex Jones. I love the Tim Heidecker one. I'll listen to that all day. Oh my God. Okay, it is late. I have to go. Toil maxing high with Alex Jones. I love adding maxing to the end of anything. Just like when we watched the Newsmax clip today. I don't even know if I have it. I don't know where the fuck it went. I don't know where it went. It's gotta be over here. Yeah. When we watched Newsmax, I'm like, this is probably what sparked it all. Looks maxing everything. They were like, wait, this TV show is Newsmaxing? And these young kids don't know. They're like, wow, this is as max news as you can get, watching some really fragile white guy delete Jelly Roll off his phone because he joked about Trump. And they're like, we're gonna looks max it. Fucking love that. Manser maxing. Bruh. Twitch tonight, Lindsay. I think so. If not this weekend. Okay. If not 100% this weekend. Oh, because guess what? I got affiliated. That kind of sounds like a mob thing. I'm a loose affiliate with Twitch now. I can't tell you too much, but let's just say I'm affiliated. Toil maxing. Subscribe. Thank you, J-Dubs. And bruh. Yeah, fuck Newsmax, but I'm just saying it's funny that even in their title, they're Newsmaxing. That's hilarious. I'm going to start a show called Newsmaxing. Thank you, Lindsay. Am I unbanned? Oh, Cage, I sent you a note because you're still in my followers. I follow you. I went to your channel. So, I don't know. I have to look at, maybe, did I ban you? I know I hit something in the chat because my chat got all fucked up and like my screen was weird. So I don't know if it was me. If it was me, then yeah, definitely. There's no way I don't know if I could ban people. But I'll look into it because when I went to your profile, it showed you following me. I went to your profile. I saw you, I saw everything. So I was like, I'm still figuring out Twitch. So I'll do everything I can for you. But try it again because I sent you a photo proving I'm like, no, you're following, like I see your account. So yeah, maybe just delete it and then reinstall. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I'm pissed because Cage is always there, Lindsay's always there. It's awesome. Implication maxing. Band Cage, welcome to the band club. Yeah, it's happened to all of us. We've all been there, but it's a devastating thing, especially, when you enjoy it. It's like, it sucks. Okay, guys, now that's really it. I gotta go do some stuff and maybe just listen, if you follow me on Twitch, just set alerts because I can't guarantee and I don't know how wonky the night gets, but I'm going to this weekend. I'm going to because my son needs me to grind max, whatever it is. I forget. Whatever it is. Follow on Twitch. Thank you, Lindsay. Rev Rob Hood. It's right there. J-Dubs. Good to see you. Yada bop bingo. Don't blame me. I just barely. All right, guys. Much love. Hit subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Live every day. 4:20. Don't forget. But be late. Bye-bye. Later, Sean. Later, Cage. Later, Nurse Rod. Leveling Lindsay. Smoking Swaggy. Saryon. Charlie. Carlos. Good to see you. And Tom. And anybody else I forgot. Bruh. My bad. I love you guys.